Hello everybody, welcome to Just Laravel. I am back with another code explanation video. Here in this video, I am going to discuss about Ajax CRUD operations in Laravel. Here basically what the application does is perform four simple operations like create, read, update and delete operations on the database and show those results in the view, and will manage all these operations using Ajax. That's a simple application. There's already a video explaining the demo of the application. So here in this video we're going to discuss the code part. So first run the application locally. So so it's ready. This is all the data which I have in the database. So now I perform all the four operations quickly and then jump into the code part. We'll add some item like test item, and we'll add it, and we'll see that item here. This is the test item with id 114. This is the create operation, and all the data present here is the read operation. So we will update this Bobby with Bob, just Bob. This will be changed to Bob. This is the update operation, and we will delete this. So these are the these are the four operations: create, read, update, delete. So now we will jump into the code part. So first we will open the root file. The basic route is for read operations, and then add item URI for add item closure. Similar for all the other things. So first we now go to index controller and see what's there in it. So first initially we'll see the root file. When the application is loaded, it calls the read items function. So we'll go to the read items function. What it simply does is read all the items from the database. Data is the model which is present here, and this is the table name, and we will just pass the result to the view. View named welcome. So the views are present in the resources directory. We'll open it, and we'll go to the welcome.blade.php. Here we'll just run a for loop and display all the items. We'll show the item id and name, and these are the two buttons, one for edit and one for delete. As you see here, edit and delete buttons with some attributes, with some data attributes which passes some data, so we can use it later for editing and deleting. That's it for the reading part. Now we'll go to the creation part. So in the create operation we have a button, an input which reads the name, and a button. So we'll add the simple button which is called add, and we'll add a id to it. So when this button is pressed, I have written some JavaScript. Add click listener. So when this add button is clicked, we'll call it Ajax call. That will be a post request, and the URL will be add item, as we see in the roots file. Add item. Then what we pass to them is a token, CSRF token. This is required for all the post fields, for this for security reason. So along with the name which we want to save it into the database. So now we'll go and see what happens in the add item function. So add item function basically calls in the root file. You can see this calls this function. So here add item function, first we'll do some validations. You can keep as many validations as you like. I just kept required. You can also keep minimum of, it should be minimum like 6 characters, something like that. You can do all that. For now I just leave it like that. If the validation fails, we'll send those errors to JSON response, and if no errors are there, we will just save it. First get the name which we entered in the form, and then save it and just return JSON. So what happens after returning the JSON? We'll check here. When in the success function, we'll check if data has errors, we'll show some errors. Else, we will append the newly added item to the end of the table. Uh, Basically, this is the table here. This is the table here. We will just append a new item to the end of the table with some IDs. So, and finally, we'll clear the name value. Now we'll see update and delete. So update and delete operations are when we press this button edit function, we open a model. So when one delete is button, we open the model. I've written I have written a single model for both of this edit and delete. So just will modify the content of the model when depending upon the which button is pressed. So we see here for edit and for delete there are two buttons and with some classes and some data attributes. So when edit model is clicked, what we see is we'll set some, as I said, we use the same model, so we'll add some classes and remove some classes. Something like for when edit model is clicked, we should have update button, and this title should be edit, and we should have these two fields. And when delete model is clicked, this button should be delete, and we should have delete as title and some content here. So what we basically do is when edit model is clicked, we will add we will add one class and remove another class. Similarly for the two buttons, when we will hide the delete content because this is edit model. So and the main part comes here. You get these two values. These two values are coming from the attribute data attributes which we passed here. This is the ID and this is the name. These values are we are using here. So as to show them in the model, and this model these two values. And similarly for the delete model, we use these two values, delete this ID and name. So when update is clicked on the model, we'll call this edit function. We also add a class edit here. So when edit function is clicked, what we do is a Ajax call with post request and with URL as edit item, and we'll pass these two name and ID to the function. So in the edit item function, what we will just find the row with this ID and then update its name and save it, and then just return the JSON of it. In the success function, we'll just replace the field which we edited with the new field. Here we'll use replace with. That's it for the update operation. And for the delete operation, there is also similar like the other operations. We use a Ajax call which is a post request, and this URL is delete item. We'll just pass the ID which we got here, and in the delete function we'll just find the ID in the database table and then delete it and return the JSON. So in the success function we'll just remove the content. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. By the way, all the links related to this video, like the original post link in this link, and also the GitHub link, also the working demo, all these are posted in the description below. So please like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. See you again in the next video.